Archangel Michael is calling to you with a weight in his voice, not out of anger, but out of deep concern. He has watched you drift away from the light that once guided your steps, and he has felt the silence in the space where your prayers used to rise. He is not disappointed in who you are, but in how far you have allowed your heart to wander from the presence that once protected you. Right now, he stands beside you, closer than your breath, urging you to open your heart before the world around you shifts in ways you may not understand. He is not speaking about storms outside, but storms inside. The kind that shake your confidence, weaken your spirit, and make you question if you still matter in the eyes of the divine. He knows you have carried burdens alone, believing you had to walk through shadows without support. But he is here to remind you that you were never meant to battle darkness on your own. He wants you to hear this without hesitation, because every heartbeat you spend avoiding the light pulls you deeper into confusion, doubt, and emotional chaos. He has seen the subtle changes around you, the spiritual currents moving toward a moment that will challenge your strength. This event is not meant to scare you, it is meant to awaken you. Something powerful is approaching your life, not to harm you, but to test the foundation of your faith, your courage, and your connection to the divine presence you have ignored lately. Archangel Michael is not warning you of danger in the world. He is warning you about the danger of forgetting who walks with you. He stretches his wings around you now, wrapping you in a shield of protection that has always been yours. But protection works only when your heart opens to receive it. He wants you to understand that the coming shift is symbolic, a moment where your spirit will be shaken so you can rise stronger, clearer, and more aligned with your purpose. He urges you not to turn away this time. Do not dismiss this call as coincidence. Do not assume this message arrived by accident. You were guided to it, drawn into it, pulled toward it by a force that has been trying to reach you again. The light is calling you because something within you is ready to awaken. Something that has slept for too long. Archangel Michael is watching your silence, waiting for your spirit to lift its face toward the divine again. He is asking you to reconnect, to remember the presence that shaped your destiny long before you understood your purpose. He asks you to breathe deeply, to open your heart, and to allow yourself to be guided again. A shift is coming, not outside but inside you. A moment that can turn confusion into clarity, fear into courage, and weakness into strength. Do not run from this moment. Embrace it. Step into it. Allow the divine to anchor itself in your life again. Archangel Michael stands ready. The light stands ready. Your spirit is ready. Open yourself now. The awakening begins in this very breath. Archangel Michael watches the way your spirit reacts in this moment, sensing the quiet rise of awareness within you. He knows that something inside you has started to shift, even if you do not fully understand it yet. This is the opening he has been waiting for, the moment when your heart softens enough for divine guidance to reach you again. He steps closer to you, not with force, but with a calm, unwavering presence that fills the space around you. His voice carries strength, but also deep compassion, reminding you that the divine never abandoned you. You simply drifted away without realizing how far you had gone. He is not here to judge your distance. He is here to guide your return. You may feel a strange pull inside your chest, as if a forgotten truth is trying to rise to the surface. That is your soul remembering what it feels like to be held by something greater than your fears. That feeling is no accident. It is the beginning of realignment, the spark of a connection you thought you had lost. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that the world around you often distracts you with noise, pressure, and endless demands. In that noise, your spirit grows tired, and when it grows tired, it becomes quiet. But the divine listens even to your silence. He has heard every unspoken worry, every hidden struggle, every quiet cry you thought no one noticed. And now he is here to lift those shadows from your shoulders. He reminds you that faith is not about perfection. It is about returning. It is about choosing the light again, even after walking through long corridors of doubt. It is about standing back up when your spirit feels heavy. It is about remembering that divine love does not weaken with distance, it waits patiently for your return. A spiritual shift surrounds you now. It is like standing on the edge of a powerful wave that is ready to wash away old fears, old patterns, and old wounds. Archangel Michael is preparing you to step into a phase of clarity, protection, and strength. But he needs your heart to be open, even if only a little. That small opening is enough for the divine light to enter and transform everything from the inside. He places a symbolic shield around your spirit, not because you are in danger, but because you are entering a moment of awakening that requires spiritual grounding. You may feel a subtle warmth, a calmness, or a strange sense of being watched over. That sensation is the first sign that your connection is returning. Archangel Michael calls you to pause, breathe, and allow this moment to settle into your spirit. You are being guided towards something you cannot yet see, but you can feel it. A rise. A shift. A return. Your journey is not ending. It is beginning again, with more power than before. He whispers to your spirit gently, urging you to stay present, to stay aware, and to let the divine move through your life with purpose. Your heart is opening, and the light has already begun to enter. Archangel Michael watches the light around you begin to move, as if your spirit has finally remembered the presence that once guided you with certainty. He feels the subtle rise of strength within you, the quiet awakening of a power that had been resting beneath layers of doubt and exhaustion. This is the moment he has been waiting for, the moment when your soul chooses to lift its face toward the divine again. He steps beside you with a calm authority, allowing his presence to steady your thoughts and soften the tension you have been carrying for far too long. His wings stretch around you, not as a shield of fear, but as a reminder that you are never alone in any valley, any storm, or any silence. He wants you to understand that divine protection is not something you must earn. It is something you simply allow. You may feel a rising sensation inside your heart, a gentle pressure, a warmth that seems to glow without reason. This is not fear. This is recognition. Your spirit recognizes the light that once shaped your path. It recognizes the call that has reached you again. It recognizes the truth that you have not been forgotten, not even for a moment. Archangel Michael knows you have questioned your purpose, your strength, and even your worth. He has watched you try to hold yourself together with nothing but sheer will, carrying burdens that were never meant to be carried alone. He has seen the nights when you pretended to be strong, even when your spirit was trembling beneath the surface. And now he is here to lift that weight with you. He speaks to you through the quiet places of your heart, reminding you that every shadow you have walked through was not meant to break you, but to guide you back to the light with greater wisdom. He reminds you that spiritual disconnection does not happen all at once, it happens in small moments of forgetting. But reconnection can happen in a single breath, a single awareness, a single spark of openness. As the atmosphere around you shifts, he encourages you to feel the change rather than fear it. This is not a moment of darkness. This is a moment of realignment. The world within you is rearranging itself, releasing what no longer serves your soul and making space for clarity, strength, and peace. You are entering a new state of awareness, one that will reveal what you were always meant to carry. Archangel Michael places a symbolic sword of light into your spirit, not as a weapon, but as a reminder of your inner authority. The authority to rise. The authority to heal. The authority to choose faith over confusion, courage over hesitation, and hope over despair. He knows your heart is capable of more than you believe, and he is here to awaken that truth. You stand on the edge of transformation, and he urges you to embrace this shift with an open heart. The divine is moving through your life with purpose, guiding you toward alignment, clarity, and protection. Your spirit is no longer drifting. It is awakening. Archangel Michael senses your spirit rising with a quiet strength, as if something deep within you is finally ready to breathe again. The light around you grows softer but more focused, gathering itself like a gentle flame waiting to ignite into something far greater. He feels the shift in your energy, the beginning of a return to the presence that has been calling you back with unwavering patience. He moves closer, not with intensity, but with a calm certainty that settles the atmosphere around you. His presence carries a peace that your heart may have forgotten, a peace that reminds you of who you truly are beneath every fear, every burden, and every hidden ache. He is here not to confront your weaknesses, but to reveal the strength that has been quietly surviving inside you. You may feel a strange clarity emerging, like a soft whisper inside your mind telling you that something in your life is ready to transform. This whisper does not come from worry. It comes from alignment. Your spirit is beginning to rise to the frequency of the divine, opening itself to guidance that has always been waiting for you. Archangel Michael has watched the moments when you felt lost, uncertain, or disconnected. He has seen the days when you moved through life feeling heavy, as if the world expected more from you than you had the strength to give. He knows the silent pressure that sits on your chest, the unspoken emotions you never share, the thoughts you push away because they feel too overwhelming to face. And yet, he sees the resilience beneath it all. The quiet determination. The hidden courage. The potential that has never stopped glowing, even in your dimmest moments. He reaches toward your spirit with a gentle force, lifting the heaviness that has clouded your inner vision. With each breath you take, you are being reminded that the divine has never turned away from you. You simply stopped listening for a while, distracted by the noise of the world and the weight of your own thoughts. Now, the connection is returning, glowing brighter, expanding with purpose. A shift is unfolding within you. Not a moment of fear, but a moment of revelation. The kind of revelation that reminds you that every challenge you have faced has shaped your strength, and every silence you have endured has sharpened your intuition. Archangel Michael is guiding you into a season where clarity replaces confusion, and inner power replaces hesitation. He wraps a symbolic mantle of light around your spirit, allowing it to settle into your soul with calming certainty. This mantle is not a promise of ease, but a promise of guidance. A promise that you will not walk alone, not now, not ever. It is a reminder that you are supported by a presence far greater than any shadow that has ever tried to dim your light. Your heart is awakening. Your spirit is remembering. Your path is being illuminated once again. Archangel Michael feels the shift in your energy as your spirit slowly remembers how to rise. The light around you becomes richer, deeper, almost as if it is weaving itself into the spaces inside you that were once filled with doubt. This is the kind of awakening that does not arrive with noise or thunder. It arrives with quiet certainty, like a truth you always knew but forgot how to feel. He studies your heart with a patience that only divine beings possess. He sees the cracks formed by your struggles, the places where you tried to hold yourself together even when everything inside you felt like it was falling apart. But he also sees the strength in those cracks, the resilience in your healing, the brilliance of a soul that refuses to surrender even when it feels exhausted. To him, your wounds do not make you weaker. They make you radiant. He moves closer, and his presence wraps around your spirit like a warm wind stirring through a still forest. You may sense a calmness rising within you, a sense that something unseen has just touched your inner world. This is the moment when divine guidance begins to reawaken your instincts, sharpening your awareness, reminding you that you were created with purpose and intention. Archangel Michael knows there were times when you questioned your path, moments when you wondered if the divine still cared, or even listened. He has heard those quiet thoughts, the ones you never voice, the ones you hide behind your strongest smile. He knows how hard it has been for you to carry so much without knowing where to place it. And he knows that part of you has been waiting for a sign that you are still guided, still seen, still loved. Now, that sign stands before you. He touches your spirit gently, lifting the veil from your inner vision. Suddenly the world feels different. The air around you feels charged with meaning. Your thoughts begin to soften, and your heart begins to recognize the presence you had forgotten. You are not imagining this shift. You are awakening to it. A quiet transformation is unfolding inside you. Not dramatic, not frightening, but sacred. It is the kind of transformation that brings you back to yourself, back to your faith, back to the divine connection that once made your life feel full of light. Archangel Michael is guiding you into a deeper awareness, reminding you that your spirit is far stronger than the shadows that once surrounded it. He places a symbolic flame into your heart, a flame that represents resilience, courage, and divine clarity. This flame does not burn. It illuminates. It reveals the truth of who you are beneath every fear and every doubt. It shows you that your spirit is not lost. It is rising. You stand in a moment of quiet power, suspended between who you have been and who you are becoming. Archangel Michael watches with a soft pride, knowing that your awakening has already begun, and nothing can pull you back into the darkness you once faced. Archangel Michael watches the flame within you grow steadier, as if your spirit has finally decided to claim the light that has always belonged to it. The air around you shifts in a quiet, deliberate way, wrapping your heart in a calm that feels ancient, familiar, and deeply protective. This is not a fleeting moment. This is the beginning of a return to the strength you forgot you carried. He steps beside you with a presence that feels like a shield made of calm certainty. His gaze sees far beyond your surface, into the hopes you buried, the dreams you postponed, and the emotions you tucked away because you did not know where to place them. He understands the weight of every silent struggle, and he honors the courage it took for you to keep moving even when you felt lost. You may feel a soft pull in your chest, a gentle awakening of clarity that you cannot explain. This sensation is the echo of your spirit responding to a truth that has been waiting patiently for you to notice it again. It is the feeling of alignment returning, of purpose stirring, of divine guidance moving closer with each breath you take. Archangel Michael knows that the world has demanded too much from you, leaving you with little space to listen to your own soul. He knows how easily your inner light dimmed beneath the noise of worry and the weight of responsibilities that never seem to rest. But he also knows something far more important: your soul never forgot the divine. It only grew quiet while waiting for you to come back. Now, you are returning. He lifts a layer of heaviness from your spirit, the kind you carried for so long that it became part of your identity. As that weight dissolves, you begin to sense the life inside you stretching, expanding, reaching toward the light like roots breaking through dark soil. This is what renewal feels like. This is what awakening feels like. Archangel Michael surrounds you with a field of symbolic light. It is not meant to frighten or overwhelm you. It is meant to remind you of the power that rises when you reconnect with the divine presence you drifted away from. It brings strength to your heart, clarity to your mind, and steadiness to your soul. He speaks to you through the quiet spaces of your awareness, reminding you that your journey is not defined by how far you wandered, but by how deeply you return. He reminds you that the divine has never been distant. It has been waiting in the stillness, ready to guide you the moment you allowed yourself to feel again. You are stepping into a state where your spirit begins to glow from within, where your intuition sharpens, where your emotional strength rises like a calm tide. The inner world you thought had grown silent is now awakening with a rhythm that matches the divine pulse surrounding you. Archangel Michael watches this transformation with unwavering confidence. He knows that once your spirit rises, it does not fall back easily. He knows that the light within you is stronger than any shadow you have faced. And he knows that you are standing on the threshold of a profound inner shift, one that will carry you into greater clarity, greater peace, and greater alignment than you have known in a long time. Your heart is opening. Your spirit is steadying. Your awakening is unfolding. Archangel Michael feels the quiet awakening inside you becoming stronger, as if your spirit has begun to remember a truth that was never meant to fade. The atmosphere surrounding you softens with a sacred stillness, the kind that appears only when a soul is ready to rise into a higher awareness. He watches this shift with a calm pride, knowing that your heart is finally opening to the light that has been waiting for you to return. He moves with a measured grace, standing just close enough for his presence to settle your spirit without overwhelming it. His essence carries a strength that does not shout, but steadies. It fills the space around you with a reassurance that feels ancient, powerful, and deeply familiar. Your spirit recognizes it even before your mind does. You may sense a growing clarity within you, a quiet but undeniable awareness that something unseen is transforming in the deepest layers of your heart. This clarity does not rise from fear. It rises from truth. It rises from a connection that has been reaching for you long before you noticed the signs. It rises from the divine presence that has walked beside you even in the moments when you felt completely alone. Archangel Michael has seen every step you took in confusion, and every step you took in strength. He has felt the heaviness of your doubts and the heaviness of your silence. He understands how hard it has been for you to carry emotions that you rarely speak aloud. But he also sees the resilience in your soul, the part of you that refuses to collapse under the weight of life's unseen battles. He watches the symbolic flame within you stretch upward, reaching for greater light. This flame does not represent perfection. It represents awakening. The kind of awakening that begins slowly, almost imperceptibly, but becomes impossible to ignore once it grows. The kind of awakening that reminds you that your spirit was never weak, only tired. He places a gentle wave of calm through your inner world, dissolving the remnants of doubt that once shadowed your thoughts. The quiet storm inside you settles, leaving behind a clarity that feels like a soft glow expanding through your chest. You may not fully understand this shift, but your soul understands it completely. It knows that divine guidance has returned to your awareness, not as a force, but as a companion. Archangel Michael leans closer, not to warn you, but to strengthen you. His presence fills your inner world with a sense of direction, as if every scattered piece within you is slowly finding its rightful place. He reminds you that returning to the divine is not a single moment. It is a steady rise, a gentle unfolding, a peaceful surrender to the truth of who you are meant to be. You are stepping into a state where your inner vision begins to clear, where your emotional strength deepens, and where your spirit begins to recognize its own worth again. This is not the beginning of fear. This is the beginning of awakening. Archangel Michael watches your transformation with unwavering assurance. He knows that the light within you is growing stronger. He knows that your spirit is rising into alignment with guidance that has never abandoned you. And he knows that your journey forward is about to take on a new depth, a new clarity, and a new strength. Your soul is remembering itself. Your heart is opening wider. Your awakening continues to unfold. Archangel Michael watches the landscape of your spirit open like a horizon after a long night, revealing layers of strength that you may have forgotten existed within you. The light that surrounds you no longer feels distant or unfamiliar. It feels close, almost woven into your breath, as if the divine presence has stepped forward to claim the space that was once filled with uncertainty. He moves with a quiet certainty, standing before you with a presence that communicates more than words ever could. His calm is not passive, it is powerful. It is the kind of calm that steadies storms, that anchors wandering hearts, that reminds souls of their origins. You can feel this calm resting upon you now, settling your thoughts, softening the noise within you, and reminding you that your inner world is worthy of peace. You may sense an inner glow rising from a place you had long forgotten. It feels gentle, yet unmistakably real. This glow is your spirit awakening to guidance it once trusted without hesitation. It is the return of clarity that had been buried beneath layers of fear and distraction. It is your soul remembering its own strength, one quiet breath at a time. Archangel Michael understands every moment that led you here. He knows the weight of the choices you carried, the silent battles you faced when no one else was watching, and the quiet resilience you showed when everything in you felt worn and fragile. He does not see your struggles as failures. He sees them as evidence of your courage, proof that even in silence your spirit never truly surrendered. He lifts the symbolic light within you higher, allowing it to illuminate the parts of your heart that have remained hidden or guarded for far too long. This light does not expose you to judgment. It frees you from it. It brings you into a space where truth feels comforting rather than frightening, where vulnerability feels sacred instead of unsafe. Your spirit begins to shift in response, opening wider, breathing deeper, aligning itself with the guidance that has always been present. This shift may feel subtle, like a quiet expansion, but it holds immense power. It is the moment when your inner world stops resisting and begins receiving. It is the moment when the divine connection you thought you lost reveals that it never faded, it simply waited. Archangel Michael steps even closer, allowing his presence to settle over your soul like a mantle woven from courage and clarity. This presence strengthens you from within, reminding you that no shadow is greater than the light you carry. He wants you to feel the truth of this in your bones, not as a belief, but as a knowing. You are stepping into a deeper sense of yourself, one that is not defined by fear or doubt. You are awakening to a guidance that lifts you rather than burdens you, comforts you rather than confuses you. This awakening is gentle, but profound. It is steady, but powerful. It is the beginning of a transformation that restores what you thought was lost. Archangel Michael observes your rise with unwavering confidence. He knows that your spirit is entering a new realm of clarity. He knows that the light within you is gaining strength. And he knows that your return to divine alignment is no longer a possibility, it is already unfolding. Your heart is expanding. Your spirit is rising. Your awakening continues. Archangel Michael watches the glow within you expand until it touches the edges of your spirit, forming a quiet radiance that feels both new and ancient. This inner light does not arrive with force. It arrives with purpose. It settles into you like a truth that has always belonged to your soul, waiting patiently for the moment you were ready to claim it again. He steps closer with an expression that carries both strength and compassion, as if he has been waiting for this exact shift, this exact softening, this exact moment when your heart finally opens enough to feel what has been trying to reach you. His presence feels like a sanctuary in motion, wrapping your spirit in a calm that dissolves every trembling thought still hiding in the corners of your mind. You may feel a steady warmth rising inside you, a feeling that seems to reach into the deepest places of your being. This warmth is not a sign of worry. It is a sign of alignment. It is the return of spiritual clarity, the return of the divine presence that once guided you with certainty. It is the reminder that your connection was never broken, it simply grew quiet beneath the weight of your struggles. Archangel Michael understands the long journey you have walked to reach this moment. He has seen the strength you carried even when your spirit felt exhausted. He has felt the heaviness you hid behind your silence, the doubts you kept tucked away, the questions you buried because you did not know where to place them. Yet through it all, he saw a spark that never faded. A spark that refused to collapse under darkness. A spark that was waiting to rise again. He lifts that spark now, allowing it to bloom into a gentle fire that fills your inner world with renewed clarity. This fire brings illumination rather than fear. It brings reassurance instead of uncertainty. It shows you that every shadow you faced was not meant to break you, but to shape you into someone capable of deeper awareness and stronger faith. The atmosphere around you shifts again, as if the divine is drawing closer, preparing your heart for a moment of profound stillness. You stand in a place where your spirit feels held, guided, and understood. This is the place where alignment happens. This is the place where awakening deepens. Archangel Michael places a symbolic mantle of strength upon your spirit, anchoring your energy with a calm that feels immovable. This strength is not loud. It is not forceful. It is steady, rooted, unshakable. It is the strength of knowing you are not walking alone. It is the strength of reconnecting to a presence that never stopped watching over you. Your heart is almost fully open now, ready to receive what the divine has been preparing for you. Your spirit is no longer wandering. It is rising with intention, ready to step into the final phase of this awakening. Archangel Michael stands before you now with a presence that feels like the very center of calm, as if an entire world of light has gathered behind him. The radiance around you deepens into something almost tangible, a quiet force that settles into your spirit with the certainty of a truth you cannot unhear. This is the moment everything within you has been rising toward. He looks into the core of your being, not to judge you, but to remind you of what you are finally ready to reclaim. His gaze carries a depth that reaches past every fear, every doubt, every silence you have ever carried. It reaches the place inside you where your strength was born, the place where your spirit always knew its connection to the divine could never truly fade. A stillness falls around you, not empty, but full. Full of meaning. Full of presence. Full of the gentle power that arrives only when a soul is ready to awaken completely. You may feel a soft expansion within your chest, as if your inner world has finally opened to receive a truth that has been waiting for across countless quiet moments. Archangel Michael steps closer, and his presence wraps around you like a mantle woven from purpose and peace. He lifts the symbolic flame that has been growing within you and allows it to rise into its full brilliance. This light no longer flickers. It no longer hesitates. It stands tall within you, steady, warm, unbroken. This is the return of alignment. This is the return of clarity. This is the return of your connection to something greater than every shadow you have endured. He speaks to your spirit in a voice that feels like light touching water, calm yet powerful. He tells you that nothing you faced was wasted. Every struggle sharpened your intuition. Every silence deepened your resilience. Every moment of doubt pushed you toward the rediscovery of your own strength. He reminds you that your journey is not defined by how far you drifted, but by how deeply you have returned. And you have returned with a heart more open, a spirit more grounded, and a soul more aware than ever before. The atmosphere around you brightens, filling your inner world with a sense of completion, as if every scattered piece has finally found its place. The divine presence settles into you with quiet certainty, not as something outside of you, but as something now woven into your being. Archangel Michael gently releases his mantle of light upon your spirit, sealing this awakening with a calm that rests deep within your core. He does not step away. He simply allows you to feel the truth of his closeness without needing to search for it. Your spirit is no longer rising. It has risen. Your heart is no longer opening. It is open. Your connection is no longer returning. It has returned fully. In this final moment, you stand in the fullness of the light that has been waiting for you all along. Your awakening is complete.